new movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I'll be on Netflix in a couple of years. Yo! I think that section of trail is now my favorite trail in Squamish.
Rider number 6.
Oh, sick. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm in Squamish with Thomas van der Ham. Thomas has been a top 3 rider for the last 20 years, been on every big mountain bike movie and definitely had a huge impact on my riding style and also my career. And Thomas and I have one sponsor in common, One Up Components. One Up has been heavily involved with the mountain bike community here in Squamish and they actually just built their own trail for everybody to enjoy. It's gonna open very soon and today we're gonna take you on a tour.
Yeah, I think this trail's going to get a lot of traffic based on how accessible it is. It's the perfect add-on or warm-up, like at the beginning or the end of a ride, it seems like.
Yeah, it's a good, you know, when you meet your friends at Alf Nelson and someone's late.
Yeah.
Well, now you can station airplane mode. I probably won't be the one stationing because I'm the one that's always late.
Is that right?
Yeah. Running for Thomas. First drop for Thomas. Oh, so smooth. How was that?
Really nice, yeah, really smooth.
And so this trail is actually rated as a single black diamond trail with double black option such as this drop, and that's the way to get the trail approved and fully legal. So the main trail is actually single black diamond. You don't have to do any of the drops, any of the very committed feature.
Yeah, for sure. I think it makes the trail appealing to a wider range of people and lets people progress in a safe way if they want to, but also just you know, ride the safer version of everything. So I think it's ideal.
First attempt of the drop. One pedal stroke. Oh, it rides really well. So this is Jesse. Jesse is a stuntman, currently doing a commercial a little bit down there on the trail, which is why we can't do a top to bottom right now, just for safety and liability reasons. But once these guys are done, hopefully we'll be able to get a good run done.
Here we go.
Okay, have a good one.
You too, man.
Okay, let's ride the upper part.
All right.
Until the movie scene. Yeah! So sick.
Oh, good.
So the new movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Sneak peek. It's gonna be on Netflix in a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
So after that little uphill, which actually flows really well, couple of corners, here we've got a super fun hip in between the trees, which is a double black feature or the single black feature where Queen is, with a red and black shirt. But as you can see, there's some cables in the tree as those guys are making a commercial.
Where do you guys get the funding to build the trails? And who builds the trails? How does that work?
This trail was built volunteer by One Up staff during work hours. So technically, One Up paid for it.
After that.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick you on this fucking thing, man.
Oh, I don't need the cable. I think I'm good enough to jump by myself.
You're doing somersaults.
This guy needs a cable. We don't.
Well, that's because I have to hit the ground like 12 times. You guys...
Well, imagine how much money you guys would save if you are contracting us.
Well, so you guys make it look graceful. My job is to make it look gnarly.
I imagine you're.
So very nicely those guys allowed me to do a run-in, so let's do it. Nice. It just rides so well. It's like no brake. Really, like you carry a little bit of speed and it's really nice. Well, I feel like Ryan Reynolds right now.
Okay, I work with Ryan Reynolds.
I'll be on Netflix in a couple of years.
You need to be funny about it.
Sorry, thank you.
Better looking too. Thomas, first attempt of the hit. Yeah. So sick. Thank you guys. Okay. Let's do it following Thomas now. Yeah. Level top. Woo. Yeah. Haha. Little option here. Yo. That was sick. Yeah. And this is Queen.
Hello.
Queen is Thomas and I's boss.
More like slave.
No, boss.
Look at this. Bananas, water, it's all for me.
Well, that's not even for us.
No, it's not.
So lots happening on the trail today. Hey guys. Yeah. Gonna step down and we're gonna stop right here. That's probably the biggest feature of the trail, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder who built that or who designed it.
Well, can't claim that I built it, but have
Yeah.
a little input on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's the Vanderam jump, right?
Yeah, I mean, guys from One Up came in the early stages, or asked me to come in the early stages of the trail and help them find a jump. Basically, is what the ask was. So this feature kind of stuck out to me. There was a natural takeoff here around this stump and what looked like a pretty nice landing out towards there, and you know, it looked a lot different when we first saw it, but they've done a really nice job bringing it to life, and I think it's cool to have a nice sizable hip in the middle of the trail like that. It's a
And hips
good
are a bit,
feature.
it's a bit your specialty, right?
always looking for a good hip. Yeah,
I remember
I got an eye for hips.
every New or Disorder movie, you had like a massive hip where you could do a big flat whip or
I've always
some kind
liked
of
them.
thrust down.
Yeah, I've always liked them for sure.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite style of jump
Yeah,
because it's more interesting.
yeah,
You can go any way you want, essentially, and you can move the bike different ways. You have to be precise. You can most of the time see the landing, and you just really have to move the bike around, and that's why it's super interesting. And it's cool to have that on a sanctioned trail, especially on a single black diamond trail with those options. I think that makes it really interesting, and it's a good way for people to really up their jumping skills.
I think so. Hopefully that's what it turns into, and that's what it brings to this trail.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's session it. So what's your technique for guinea pigging something?
Well, this particular jump, I think mainly I'm looking at the condition that it's in today, you know, because it's still a pretty new trail and it's got to wear in and break in. So this jump is going to be a little different than the last time I was here and rode it. And that's the main thing I'm looking at, is just trying to figure out how it's different, how the dirt's going to feel different, and how the speed's going to be, and then apply that to the knowledge that I gained last time I was here when I did guinea pig it.
Yeah, for me, like the two things when hitting like kind of a blind jump like this one, the two things I really focus on is my line.
Yeah.
So I try to have a visual point, so I know that I'm in the right direction to land where I want to land. And then the speed, I do actually a lot of running, so I can build experience with the terrain, with how it's rolling, with, you know, how much speed I have to carry coming out of the corner. And following that, I try to remember similar size jump I've done in the past, and hopefully come out with the right mathematic formula and land first try where I want to land.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest key first is making the decision that you're going to do it and being 100% committed. I think that's like the first step. Is this something that I'm comfortable with? Is this something I want to do? If it's a yes, then I move on to the process of figuring out speed and pop and things like that.
That's interesting because obviously I only jump when I'm 100% confident I'm gonna land how and where I plan to land, but I make that decision after doing some run-ins, after looking at the terrain. So I first analyze everything, then do some run-ins, I warm up, I see how I feel, and then I take the decision to either do it or not. But obviously when I roll in to do it, I'm committed.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yo! I don't know what's gnarlier, the jump or me standing onto that dead log.
That was really nice. Yeah, the jump is aged well since last time I was here. We were here a few months back for a photo shoot, and it was definitely a little bit on the wet side, which was not ideal. But it's worn in and packed in nicely, and the crew has done an amazing job building it too. They really sort of transformed this landing, and it's perfect now. So
yeah,
I'm fired up.
It sounds like, you know, it's pretty flawless. You don't have to work to get your speed. You just really go trail speed, and you're pretty dialed. And I mean, jump trails should not be ridden when it's wet, because the trail builder and his team essentially have to work on, you know, what speed to give the trail, so you know the jump flow really well. And in the wet, a jump trail that's well built should not be riding well anyway, because it should be a bit too slow. So that's why you should really stick to, you know, riding that trail when it's dry and tacky like today, just so you have like a better chance anyway to clear all the jumps and to have a good time, and also obviously put minimum damage onto the trail.
Yeah, I think it's a fine line. Even, you know, guys from One Up said that if it's too wet, they'll probably close this trail down because they don't want to have people wrecking it. But one thing is just great to keep in mind, no matter where you're riding, is that the conditions can change the speed. So if you've been down and you're like, I've hit all those jumps, I know them. Well, if it's a really dry day in August, maybe it's rolling, you know, quite a bit faster, and it can lead to some overshoots and some getting in some tricky spots. So I think factoring that into every ride, especially when jumps are involved, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, so I like this jump because even though it's a double, it's pretty blind. You have a reference point, which is those bushes, and that helps me to be confident with my line. And so now the next step is really figuring out the speed, but it sounds like it's really trail speed, so hopefully I should be good. Okay, see you in a bit.
Enjoy.
Pretty sure that's gonna become my favorite jump in Squamish.
Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna do it a few more times, get really comfortable.
Nice.
So fun! This is incredible. Thank you, One Up. Thomas is gonna jump the bridge. Yo! Super smooth. So coming from the big line, you actually have to brake tap a little bit, otherwise you land too flat. So we have Thomas' bike here. What seat post do you run?
I run the One Up 240 mil drop seat post, which has been awesome for me. I got long legs, and just amazing to have that much drop and clearance on the when the seat's down.
Whereas me, obviously I have smaller legs. I run a 180mm post, shim down to 160 or 170 depending on the bike.
Yeah.
And what stem and bars?
Well, I worked with One Up on the 42 mil stem, so I've really been loving that length. It fits me really well, and I have it on all my bikes now. And I trim my 35 mil rise bars down to 780.
Whereas me, I use the bar cut down to 750 millimeters, 35 millimeter rise, 35 stem, because I use an headset adjuster that makes the bike 5 mm longer, and I'd rather have a shorter stem. I feel it's better for the kind of steep terrain I like to ride.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's finish that trail.
Do it.
All the way down now. So that's essentially the last section, the last third. And it's probably my favorite one. Nice! That was so fun! Oh, French corner première de poursuite. That was so fun!
Oh yeah,
That was epic.
it's a good ending.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that section of trail
Yeah,
is now my favorite trail in Squamish.
unreal.
It just flows so well, like a good mix between trail riding but having the feel that you're riding a fresh trail in the bike park.
Totally. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, it's a highlight.
So the production crew is gone, which means I have the trail free just for myself. Thomas had to go up, but let's do a top to bottom. First drop, nice. Little break. Super nice corner. Double. Another one. Yeah. A bit of a whip. So sick. A bit of a pedal, but it's really smooth. And onto the section that had the crew. Nice. Woohoo! Definitely shot that corner pretty well. Thanks a lot. Last touches for the trail. This is really fun. A bit of a resting area before my favorite part of the track. One jump here, one other here. Burn. Ah. Thank you. Yeah. Love this. How fun is that? Nose pivot. Last jump. Yeah. So sick. Thanks everyone for watching that video. I had an epic time riding this trail. It's awesome. I can't wait to do some laps on Saturday, so make sure you come and say hi if the weather allows it. Thank you, Thomas, for leading me on the trail, of course with the style and the speed.
My pleasure, thanks, that was a lot of fun. And huge thanks to One Up for the crazy amount of hours that they put into this, and hope everyone enjoys it.
2,500 hours. It's epic. Come and see by yourself. See you next week.